and welcome back to my channel. Yes, today we are talking about the products that I constantly see being sponsored on YouTubers' pages, and since I'm seeing them, I'm assuming you're seeing them, and I, like many of you maybe, see them being sponsored and then buy them because I'm influenced. That's kind of their job. But anyways, I'm here to share you my thoughts and feelings about these products so that you can make more informed decisions without the sponsorship, because I'm not getting paid to do any of this. That's the whole point. I'm gonna get straight on with it because that's what you're here for. The first thing I'm going to be talking about today is HelloFresh. Now, if you, like me, watch YouTubers, you probably see this. You just do. They sponsor so many people. My family started HelloFresh in 2021. We were doing 3 meals a week, so that the idea behind it was so that my brother and I would start kind of cooking meals, and also to introduce new meals into our life, because we'd kind of have the same meals over and over again, because you know you get stuck in that, like, this is easy to cook, this is easy to cook. New recipes, new food, new meals that we had never tried before, never thought of before, and some of them are really, really good. So here is a handy dandy folder of all the HelloFresh meals that we have ever gotten. Oh jeez. The ones that we kind of redo now. Oh, the ones that we love. Barbecue pulled pork enchiladas. These are so good. These are the best. Their burgers. What else do they have here? Oh yeah. Their ragu. Really good. We love that. Any of their burgers. Their brioche buns are so good. Fries. Yeah, what else? They have so many types of meals. So their recipes have been really, really good for us because they're giving us new foods that we never tried before, and some of them we still make today. Now, what I really want to touch on though, obviously, is the point that they make, that they try to sell to you and to us as consumers. The number one thing that they say is less food waste, which for our family is just not the case. We find that we actually tend to waste more food, and we have more waste with HelloFresh than we do usually. Mostly because my family has very specific tastes, and a lot of the foods they would give us we didn't use. So that's partly our own fault, like that's not entirely HelloFresh's fault. But oh my god, I should have taken a photo of it. It was ridiculous, the amount of garlic that we got. Whenever they wanted you to put 2 cloves of garlic in, they'd give you a whole garlic. And then because they gave you a garlic every single time, we had a bowl in our kitchen, a pile up of garlic cloves. And like they rotted eventually, but like it was bad. So we wasted so much garlic. Things that we didn't like, jalapenos, I don't know. I'm trying to think, but like things that we didn't need and we didn't like. When HelloFresh gives you what you need, it comes with a lot more packaging. All of their pasta stuff comes in, like sauces come in like little juice box, I don't know, like boxes, and then all their mini sauces come in like plastic tubs, and then everything comes in some kind of plastic wrap, except for the vegetables, carrots, potatoes, garlic, onion. All of that doesn't come wrapped, but the spinach and stuff does to keep it fresh. And I understand it. Most spinach comes in plastic, but we found during using HelloFresh that we had more waste than usual. So if you're like us and potentially want to mix up the recipes and change it, you'll potentially find you're wasting more food than you are saving. Number 2, fresh seasonal ingredients. Like I said, I did find that we use the vegetables constantly. Of course though, you really have to make sure that when you get your HelloFresh order, that the meals you then make use the vegetables, because the vegetables will go off. Because they're fresh, they'll go off a lot quicker. And my family, you know, like we'd get to the end of the week and be like, oh, we have this HelloFresh meal, but then the vegetables would be off and you're like, ah. So you then again waste more food that way and things. So that's, again, this is not HelloFresh's fault, though this is our experience with it. Number 3, innovative packaging. Now this is something that I kind of touched on before. They say that They want to keep, obviously, their food fresh, they want to be sustainable, all of that. That's kind of their sustainable goals, but at least to my end, I don't know if their packaging is made from recycled material. They're in their cardboard box. The cardboard box they deliver to you is obviously recyclable. The individual bags of like the meals they're recyclable, but a lot of the stuff inside them are plastic. And I don't know if their plastic is recycled plastic, I'm not sure, but we throw out a lot of packaging. When we get HelloFresh orders, we throw out a lot of packaging because they give you, like they say, they give you exactly what is needed, except for garlic. We don't talk about the amount of excess garlic. But they give you what's needed, which then means that you have this much of something, you use it, and then you throw out the packaging. So yeah, there are a lot of pros and cons, I think, to HelloFresh. So I asked my mum, who was ordering the HelloFresh, whether she thinks that the price is worth the product. She said that it really depends on what you like to eat. So she said for us, she doesn't think it's worth it, and that's why we haven't bought HelloFresh in a while, because we tended to throw out more food than we were eating, so then we were wasting more money on things that we weren't eating. However, it gave us some really, really good recipes that we still use to this day. It allowed me and my brother more independence in the kitchen, which we hadn't really started until like I left school, like we all left school. But the one thing it did is gave us heaps and heaps of waste, which is partially HelloFresh and partially not. We used to have bowls in the fridge of just random sauces and things, the dressings and things that I have no idea where they came from. Like genuinely no idea. Like maybe they were just excess in the bag, like they accidentally put too much in. We also had a bowl in the pantry that had rice and herbs and a lot of that. A lot of the stuff from the pantry we could use, but most of the stuff in the fridge just went off and you had to throw it out. But if you want new meals, HelloFresh is amazing. Their food is genuinely really, really good. If you don't want to have to think about the meals you're making, HelloFresh is really good. But if you can't afford to be wasting food and you, like me and my family, like different foods, then HelloFresh is probably not a sustainable option for you. However, we used it for a couple years and we do really enjoy the recipes that we have gotten from it. The next company I'm going to be talking about is Casetify. Now, I see this all the time and I'm going to let you know, I love it. I love Casetify. Casetify is an amazing brand. This is you can tell I wear this all the time because it's like, it's being used. It's being used. And so I love my Casetify case. I think though, and I love their brand's mission because they're dedicated to sustainability and they have their recycled program where you can send your old cases back and they'll make new cases, and their drop protection is really good, and a lot of their cases are made from like 60% recycled plastic, which is amazing. The only problem I personally have with Casetify is that the people who sponsor them, every time they're sponsored, get new cases. This is my problem with Casetify. Because they're like, new outfit, new case. New season, new case. And in my mind, that is just, it's not sustainable. It is an overconsumption of something that is not necessary. You only need one case for a phone. Now, I understand different practicalities. So like if you were watching travel stuff, I will probably have this case on. And that's just because this makes it easier for people not to steal my case. So I do have a couple cases, but they're about practicality, not looks. And I understand having a few cases, handful of cases for different things, but the amount of cases that they have, because every time they get sponsored they get 5 new cases for one phone is ridiculous. Then, of course, when you get a new phone, you can't use any of those cases. Now, I understand they have a recycling program, which is amazing, but the overconsumption of products, which I understand helps their business, is not good for the environment, no matter how much you recycle them back. And it's just not necessary. I think that if you want to get a case, Casetify is absolutely one of the places to go, especially if you drop your phone all the time like me. I'm never worried when I drop my phone, but just be careful you don't get sucked into their over-consuming marketing scheme. They're genius in it, and they have some really cool cases, and I know choosing one case can be hard, I get it. They have some really nice cases. I love my Casetify case. Number 3, function of beauty. This is one that I used to see more often. I don't see it as much anymore, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It is the personalized hair care products that they give. They ask for your hair goals and you do a quiz and it's a whole thing. I did this back in 2020 because I was almost out of hair product and I was like, well, I might as well give this a try. Now, their sustainability goals and their company as a whole, I have no problems with. They seem to be doing quite a good job, and they want like all their bottles and packaging be 100% recycled material. They want to improve all their processes to reduce waste, which is amazing, and I really do love that. But for me personally, I didn't find the product was worth it. So when you receive your hair care products, you get your little, this thing. So here's my little, function of Ashley. And then my profile's curly hair, fine, normal. And the goals I had were anti-frizz, curl definition, fix split ends, hydrate, and soothe scalp. I then had the eucalyptus fragrance. So I do enjoy the kind of personality of it, like personalized stuff. But I mean, they want you to use it 4 to 5 times a week. You just don't need to wash your hair that much. I suppose it depends on what you do, but like my hairdresser's like, that's a ridiculous amount of time to be washing your hair. So I didn't find it really hit my goals. That I personally didn't find that it hit my goals as much as I was kind of expecting it to, considering what I had seen about it. But because I got this so long ago, this is all that's left of my conditioner, and I finished the shampoo ages ago. That's another thing. You get the smaller conditioner size. You don't need the big conditioner size. I've been using this for so long, and I'm so excited that it's almost finished. In terms of products for me, the actual product in it, I didn't think hit my hair goals, but I do love the sustainability of this brand. So when you get new bottles, they don't come with this. They come with a metal lid that's screwed on so it can travel well. And these come as an additive if it's like your first buy. So I needed to get the pumps because it was my first purchase. But then when you continuously purchase, because they have programs that you can, like every 6 months, re-update and stuff, you don't have to buy the pumps again. You can rinse them out and use them, which means that you're saving that plastic. And I thought they had a recycle program where you could send this back. I couldn't find anything about that on their website, but it might exist. But there are other programs where you can recycle. So yeah, the sustainability of the brand I do love, and they didn't come in a really big, it came in a nice small box that fit the products exactly. And also come with all these cute stickers, which I didn't put on here, but they are really cute and I do enjoy them, but I still have them. Okay, so those are the big 3 brands that I see consistently being sponsored. And those are my thoughts on them. The next brands I'm going to talk to you about are brands that I have thought about buying from or have bought from that are clothing brands that continue to sponsor YouTubers and influencers. And I wanted to talk about them. So the first brand I want to talk about is White Fox. They say that they are striving to do better to promote safe, lawful, humane and ethical manufacturing, and they want their products to last, so that's pretty good. I think that they seem to be sustainable. They seem to be going in a sustainable way, and so do most of the other companies that I have here. Boohoo, apparently they're a part of the Sustainable Apparel Coalition, or SAC, and they want all their packaging will be reusable, recyclable, or compostable by 2023, and any plastic used will contain over 50% recycled content. And then there's also places like Princess Polly, who want ethical sourcing and environmental and help on their sustainability and environmental practices, and want equality and community, and their mission is to make on-trend fashion sustainable and accessible. And then there are places like Gymshark, which I don't believe any of their core values are really about sustainability, but they seem to be more inclined towards accessibility and inclusiveness and creating positive change. Now, I do actually have a set from Gymshark. It is not my favorite set. The leggings are really comfortable, but I find that where the tag was on the top is really itchy and I find it very irritable. The bra itself is fine, it's just that one tag. But all of these brands sponsor YouTubers, and I actually really enjoy a lot of their clothing. I think their clothing is really nice and tends to be really good quality, at least from what I can tell. The problem I have with all of these brands is that their sponsorship promotes overconsumption of clothing items, which is not sustainable and just not necessary. Each time a YouTuber or influencer is sponsored, they'll get a new lot of clothes, which I understand to a brand's point of view. They want to show off their new clothing for that season, that style, etc. But it promotes overconsumption, because these YouTubers have more and more clothes and they're getting more and more clothes, and then everyone's like, I want to buy all these clothes, which, again, I understand from a brand perspective, they want people to buy their clothes. But I think there's potentially better ways, or not better ways, but other ways to go about promoting your brand without shoving overconsumption down consumers' throats. Just to reiterate and just to wrap up the fact that the brands themselves, I don't have problems with, like these clothing brands. I've definitely considered buying from them before, but unfortunately I don't have the money for that. But they do promote overconsumption of clothing, which is not something that I stand for, and that goes into the market of fast fashion. It's a very give and take there. I hope this is helpful. I hope this isn't detrimental to my career, but I wanted to be honest and I wanted to be open. I want to let you guys know and these brands know what I personally think, because this is where their brands are standing on. These are the morals and values their brands are standing on, and most of them are pretty accurate, but I do have little things that I think are interesting, to say the least. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to make another one. Maybe I'll try out some other sponsored brands? I don't know. Want to let you know again, this is definitely not sponsored. I'm not being sponsored for any of this. Genuinely love Casetify, and I did really love HelloFresh's meals. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Mwah. Bye!